Okay, so today I'll be demoing three screens, um, how we're going to display the transfer test and other credit on the full plan view. Uh, if you remember at the end of last presentation and discussion, we decided that we're not going to be showing this information on the full plan view, but afterwards, in a different discussion, it was determined that we do need to actually show that and not just um, have the link for it, but actually have some data showing on the full plan view. So these are some alternatives for that. First screen that you're looking at right now is um, putting the TTO inside a summary box. So remember we had early coursework, and that was going to be the only thing shown at the end of last meeting, but we'll be adding the TTO under it. Because this is going to be most likely a very short list. In the original requirement, it was stated that we need to display this all times and put this in a disclosure because it can be rather long. So that's why we have different treatment here between the two. If you're to open this up, you'll see some of the details uh, for the transfer and test and the other, and they're um, parsed out using subheadings under in the box. So you have these transfers and then the tests and the other credits, as you see here. And because we have more information and also different types of information, for example, here we have a test ID, um, which this one does not have. There's a need to tell the user what these values mean. So that's why the column headers are introduced here, whereas in our regular course item, it's more self-explanatory. If you look at the values, there's not really a need for the column headers. So that's the first alternative. The second is very similar, except we've combined the early coursework and the TTO together into a single box. If we choose to do that, it may save time, it may save vertical space when it first loads, but early coursework will be inside a disclosure and hidden by default, and the rest are the same. That being the only difference. I guess the determining factor would be how important or not important it is to show the early coursework at all times. If you were to show the TTO information inside the term box, which is a little more difficult because of the amount of information that needs to be displayed, this is the alternative that I have this is the design I have for that. So we have the TTO disclosure, the bottom of the term. It is color coded so that it's easy to distinguish between the regular items. And because of the number of columns that we need to accommodate for, and we don't really have space for that, it's been reorganized in this fashion, where each one of the record, which would be a row in the summary view, has been turned into a little table in itself. We pulled out a little bit outside the table so that we save a little bit of vertical space there. Like unit, we have three items here: the course, unit, and the grade in a single row instead of occupying three separate lines. And that is all I have to show. So again, early coursework, TTO and a summary view. This the early coursework always showing, TTO and a disclosure, combined in a disclosure, And if you put it in the term, early coursework shows, and a summary view, and TTO inside the term.